Midjourney, which is just coming out with their new V6, which is an incredible, image generator, has announced that essentially they're going to start training a video model in January. This is going to be amazing, and it's essentially going to compete with other video models like Pika or Runway. But I want to break down exactly what their CEO said in a recent Discord office hours and a bunch of other interesting things that they're working on right now. So let's get into the advancements of Midjourney and how this might be impacting 3D and video in the future. I wanted to give a huge shout out to over 300 of you who have invested in the AI Box crowdfunding campaign on Republic. If you're interested in investing in a new AI startup, I'll leave a link in the description to republic.com/AI-box. We're raising $1.2 million to build a no-code AI app builder and marketplace. Minimum investments are $150. Let's get into the episode.
We gon' bring it to you just like that. Welcome everyone to the future's AI chat. Bringing you the interviews and giving you info to be in the know from tech company CEOs of. Rock with us, bet you gon' come back. I'm just saying the facts. This is AI chat. Let's go.
So the big headline here is that Midjourney's CEO, who is David Holtz, in a recent office hours, which is they do this on Discord. They love Discord, of course. It has run their company for the entirety of up until now, pretty much. Now they're going to start making a website, but they've really been using it quite heavily. But their CEO, Holtz, he announced that Midjourney is going to start training video models in January. So starting this month, he's already mentioned in the past that Midjourney is also working on 3D and video generation. I think it's going to be interesting to see if Midjourney can gain a really solid edge in video because they essentially have what is the premier best-in-class AI image generator. And as we know, video is just a number of images stacked together. So I think that they have a real shot at making something absolutely incredible. And really bringing us to a point where, I've talked about my prediction of us being able to direct our own movies using AI in the future. You'll be able to pick the plot line, you'll be able to pick the actors, and you'll be able to create some cool movies. So I think this has taken us a step in that direction. And in addition to all of this, Meta has also achieved something pretty similar with Emu video, which is essentially based on the Emu image model. And this performs better in user preference tests than a bunch of other current video models. So of course, recently we've seen some pretty big updates from Midjourney version 6. They have better text rendering, they have better prompt following, and they're going to be releasing that to a wider group of people last week. This kind of started rolling out more. So a lot of features from 5, like in painting, are also going to be gradually added to the version 6. Now, the reason I bring this up is because I think if they're going to be adding interesting things like in painting, and they've already been doing this, and all of the new advancements in Midjourney version 6, I think we're going to start expecting a lot of these as well in their, we can expect a lot of these in their video editing, where essentially you'll be able to, or their video generation, where you'll be able to generate a video, and like maybe some other tools like Pika, you'll be able to select parts of the video and say, hey, make this person's shirt turn green, or add a rock in the background here, or add some waves over here, or make these things move over here. We've also seen some similar things out of Runway, where essentially you can highlight a part of an image and have it turn that part of an image into video. So you could take a picture of a field, and then you highlight all the wheat, and it kind of makes the wheat wave in the wind, or you highlight the waves and it makes the waves start to move. I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting ways that they could start implementing this. Now, what I will say is something else that a lot of people are talking about with Midjourney right now is that their CEO also said that he thinks that they can, quote, get back, or they can get to the holodeck by 2024. Quote, we're going to build a lot of stuff this year. I think we've built more stuff than I've ever built before. By the end of 2024, hopefully we have real-time open worlds. What he's talking about here is essentially the ability, they're doing video and 3D right now, is they're talking about the ability to render 3D environments while you're wearing VR headset. So you're wearing a VR headset and you say, hey, I want to be in a desert landscape with cactuses everywhere and a volcano in the way far away. And the reason why this is important, I think, is a big part of this could be for gaming, creating scenes for gaming. This is going to be phenomenal. That would usually cost thousands of dollars. Video games, famously cost millions of dollars to create the maps and the scenes, is going to be very quick to do. And in addition, like I, for one, have spent time developing or, paying for the development of VR applications. I have a meditation app, Self-Pause, where we created a VR app where you could go to a bunch of different environments and kind of meditate. But this would be amazing if you could pick your own environment, you could pick your own surroundings. Absolutely crazy. So there's a lot of applications, I think, beyond just maps for video games. Someone recently kind of commented on this, said, on X, they said, so this is all coming from a thread I saw from Nick St. Pierre, who is at Nick Floats on X. So highly recommend giving him a follow. But someone was commenting on that and said, we're about to enter a whole new dimension in video gaming. And he replied that Midjourney is quickly becoming a game engine. And actually, to that point, Dave Holtz said, Midjourney isn't a really fast artist. It's more like a really slow game engine. The future isn't one image a minute, but 60 frames a second, full volumetric 3D, which I think is amazing. And if you kind of dabbled in this area, or if not, you'll know that like this is beyond just creating, like when I say a 3D environment, it's not like you just look around and you see kind of like an image that's a 360 image. This is full 3D, meaning you're in the environment. There's a tree in front of you, and the tree has high definition pine needles and bark on it. And there's a rock in front of you that's a 3D shape, right? So like this is beyond just like 3D. This isn't 360 images. This is 3D environments. It's an insane amount of computation, insane amount of artificial intelligence used for this, but it will have some phenomenal outputs that we'll be able to do. Someone else on that same thread said, I hope they use something like Gaussian splatting. And apparently he mentioned in the office hours that 3D stuff is going to be more like Gaussian splats or nerfs, but it'll be their own version of it. This is all very excited. I'm super excited to see how this plays out as they continue making advancements in this place, making video, making 3D objects. I'll keep you up to date. Midjourney is, the premier and it's best in class when it comes to image generation. So I think they're going to be able to create something really special when it comes to these 3D worlds and when it comes to creating video generated by AI. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app, or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast, where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.